I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a boy getting minimum for no permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the bar. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
coordinator.
I'm gonna tell you how to get rich quick. 20 a month and I can show you how the other half lives. Yeah, I can take you out of this. Get on your grind and take the dive. Can you riddle me this? If a house is just a loan, why not double your chips? Look up a property in your city, then buy it and flip. You just copped yourself a brand new whip. You poor thing, I know you wanna live just like this. Checks to the man and crawl back in the hole. Yo, I can turn the dirt into gold. Just take a little slice of heaven and bring it right back home. The price of easy living is a pity of soul. No appliances in your kitchen, televisions and phones.
I'm gonna go mute for the whole game.
You poor thing, I hate to see you living so damn.
It's week 3 of the National Football League. And coming up, we're going to look at Ezekiel Elliott. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Ravens. And it's
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 13 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options.
And right away, he lost lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The numbers for Zeke from last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Goff. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And just shutting him off there. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. The Cowboys at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Elliott. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Goff now looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboys score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. running from the gun with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Jackson, option right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Gone. He'll let it fly for Austin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Calvin Austin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is in to make it 16-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens 1st down as he'll get this down to the 41. They'll send the tight end in motion. Jackson will throw again. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Off the option, here's Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. In motion, Aguilar. Play action. It's Jackson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Stout now. Deep to return is Cavante Turpin. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. From his goal line here, Goff. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the gun, here's Goff. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Second down and 3. Throwing again is Goff. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson, 56 yards. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory. Daniel Jones, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in the victory. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Pushes past him, and they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. A shotgun snap for Goff. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. Here's Goff. Pass complete. He's got Hendershot. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Peyton Hendershot, 27 yards. And the Cowboys have opened the lead up to 30.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. Goff looking to throw. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Jackson. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. We'll get this up to about the 44. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Henry out of the pistol. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Jackson. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Jackson now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up. Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Here's Jackson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. That punt returns 69 yards. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. The Cowboys now will once again go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens ready to take over. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. Down the numbers. There he goes. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Jackson now, throwing to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson. And fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Jackson operating from the gun. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Back to throw. Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Damone Clark in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Shakes off the sack. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One last shot for Jackson. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Pick drop by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. But not only is this defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the body. bodies up out of my closet, I buried them deep and they still in the way. I know some got baptized, guys, they can't put the drilling away. Had to part ways with the sad vibe, bad guy, you might be a villain today. Ask God why I didn't get an answer, why I lose my brother to...
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena.
Yeah. One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect, I don't need nothing on me. The Father may wait for me, feel just like Bronny. I got my little belly, my blessings, they on me. They rain, yeah, you see how I'm coming. Come on. It sound like we drumming. I reach on my goals, like my nephew be dumping. Back on the rim, riding on rim. Came in all black to that, I came back to back to my to that ripping no Cadillac. Feel like a Cadillac, nothing but class. It's never been average, never been on. Averix on me, I'm tougher than homie Javante. The fight is my mantra, I want it, I will. Get you a wheel, they carry it. We fighting a little, my is all. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag, I'm done. Back in my duffel, don't fear no opponent. You know I'm gon' hustle like rubber band on it. Counting my blessings, I'm laughing like Jonah. You don't wish me well, I guess you don't know me. My mama tatted on my body, my left arm, they ain't left.
Press conference report. Next question. Let's talk about Jared Goff and his playing to this point. Your opinion on so far this season? Completion percentage has been amazing. It's been impressive as far as that stat goes. Deserves credit for how he's played so far. Running back. He's running back. So I appreciate that. HB appreciates you crediting quarterbacks
should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could, man. Point, baby. Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could, man. Point, baby. Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could, man. Point, baby. Do what I should, man. Point, baby. Do what I could.
I ain't never been the same, baby. Ain't do no wrong, I just clean up good for you.
It's week 4 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Giants on Thursday night primetime.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Set for a good matchup in one of the premier divisions in the NFL. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Greg, you never get a chance to really rebuild. Everyone wants you to win right now in this division. And they've been taking turns at the top of the division. 19 years since the Eagles repeated as division champ. Dallas won it last year. Who knows what we're in store for this season?
Yeah, it just shows how hard it is to win year in and year out consistently in the NFL. The league is set up for parity. It's set up for teams that were last in the division. They have just as good a shot to win it the next year. And I think this is a two-horse race. Dallas, as you said, they won it last year. I think Philadelphia feels that this roster, this coaching staff coming back, has them in position to challenge Dallas. I think right now, New York and Washington.
He gets free. And he goes all the way for the touchdown. Fireworks to start this night with an opening kickoff return for 6. Greg, a dream start to this one. The opening kickoff taken back all the way for the first points of the game.
And each one of these teams, Mike, they've spent the entire week discussing how can we get off to a fast start. Well, you don't get out to much of a faster start than returning the opening kickoff of the game. It's a dream start, as you said, and man, you just don't draw it up much better than that.
That is caught. They get the 2-point conversion. What a start to this one. An 8-0 edge. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Giants led out by their quarterback, Daniel Jones. Here he is. It's year 6 in the NFL. He was the 6th overall pick back in 2019 out of Duke. And Jones still at the helm for the Giants.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
And he will go all the way. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. And this one, big hole left side. Still on the move. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The block extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. Here comes a return from the 5. Whoa. Still on the move. And he will dive into the end zone. 95 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Goff has his offense ready for this 2-point try. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Tracy now to return it. They'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop. The Giants offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. Now Jones on the bootleg. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Jones. Now look out. That ball is free in the end zone. It is picked up by the defense. What a mistake, Greg. That's the worst place on the field for that to happen. The fumble back in your own danger zone turns it into a disaster zone as the defense gets 6 points.
Yeah, and anytime you attempt to pass out of your own end zone, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit, but what a great time to bring pressure. If you're the defense there, you know you have them backed up, you know their quarterback's looking to make a play to get out of there, and you dial up pressure at the perfect time, not only to force the fumble, Mike, but you're able to recover it in the end zone for 6.
Tracy now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over once more. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. He's got room past the 35. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Cowboys have it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. #1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That is caught by the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Dallas. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll get this out to the left flat. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Cowboys have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. So, after the fumble return, they'll bring the offense out and go for 2. And this is caught. So, an 8-point swing. What a turn here. The fumble return for touchdown, and they tack on 2 more for good measure. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Jones. This one is caught by Robinson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's... Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Cowboys have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. And you talk about the perfect 1st quarter. The offense has been doing their job. Now the defense joins the scoring party. Both sides of the ball contributing to the scoreboard.
Yeah, and this is what every coach dreams about, Mike. The opportunity to play complementary football. The offense comes out, they do their part. Now the defense is getting to the scoring mix. When both sides can complement one another and contribute and impact the game to this level, man, that is a recipe for success.
Tracy now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Jones. Open man is Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Jones now on first down. That'll be caught by the running back, Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Jones.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and really lead to some chunk plays.
And the Giants are going to be set up with first and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. They'll run here with Singletary. And he will dive into the end zone. Devin Singletary. Touchdown, New York. Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants cut into the lead a little bit. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Cavante Turpin on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with first and 10. They'll try again. It's second and 10. Now, man, back for his second go-around with the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Goff. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on second and 4. The toss here to Zeke. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. On first and 10, here's Goff. Now he'll run. And he will get into the end zone. Jared Goff. Touchdown, Cowboys. That his second touchdown tonight. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Tracy now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. They'll give it to Singletary to begin this drive. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Jones operating out of the pistol. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing is Jones on third down. And that is incomplete. Deron Bland, good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one. To return, it is Turpin. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Goff. Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's to the sideline and taken in by Kelsey. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. And he's going to have the first down. They're also in field goal range at the 28-yard line. Throwing here is Goff. This one grabbed by Austin. And he's into the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Dallas.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds.
So, couple of first down. They're at the 41. Back to throw is Jones. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Okay, here we go.
Jones. That is intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing in.
And he will score. Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys. His 2nd touchdown of this first half.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
He'll grab it at the 12. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jones. And that is in.